who you think is going to get priority here. Do you guys think we're going to see a big Nolan priority? Do you think any big heroes are coming up? Anything you experienced in your ranked games?
Always on the way.
Any good heroes? Let us know. I want to read that later on while this draft is happening. And now I think the Nolan is getting a pretty good leeway here, interestingly enough. Again, Nolan been dominating a lot of these games. Phovius actually is the hidden target.
If anything, he's the red herring. You let him through, he gets picked. That opens up a lot of options for the opponents, a lot of good answers, because I think slowly we're entering a phase wherein Phovius isn't an absolute factor. Oh no, here we go. I don't think Coach Panda was expecting to see the Phovius get banned out early, because here's what I'm considering, Rockhard.
Yeah.
Phovius, in the hands of RSG, takes away one of their main strengths, which is the Edith Nibor. But since that was banned out, they'll take it out anyways. And here's the hero that got adjusted. There's the Hayabusa.
There's Hayabusa.
Much faster shadow kill now. Sure, a little tweak on the numbers, a little lower per hit, but he's a really good hero still right now.
It feels like it's still a really good pick, and it actually feels like it got buffed for some reason. And now the answer here for RSG. Are they going to be willing to pick up the Faramis? Might be a great deny pick against Blacklist, who I think will come up here. If they don't pick it up here,
Haji's going to get it.
There's a 90% chance in my mind that Haji's picking it up, and they don't want that to get banned on second rotation as well.
Something tells me, given this chess-like draft match against the coaches here.
Hylos.
Yep. I was going to say, wait for it. And of course, Harith comes through. This little boy didn't get much of any adjustments in the past patch, the newest patch 1.9.20.
But did get banned out yesterday a lot.
Still, yeah, that means he's a very high contest rate hero. So now, I think this is all the more green lights for Blacklist to pick up the Faramis.
Of course,
one of the main reasons why you don't pick up the Faramis is because the Melissa might come through, the Claude might come through.
Right.
But with the Harith this early,
peace.
Maybe you might be willing to do that.
It's a Lo Yi.
Never mind.
They're not going that route.
Never mind.
I like it. I like it.
Get the F out of here. No more Faramis.
No more Faramis. That's removing the F right there. And Perks definitely had a day. He had a field day on the Tigreal yesterday, so not surprised to see it here again. And now for the other side for RSG. XP lane pick, maybe?
Are they going to... something tells me Hylos can go in the XP too.
Yeah.
So are you telling me that if this isn't Irad's pick, right? If this isn't Irad's pick, are they going to allow him to wait for the... no, never mind.
It's a link.
Better.
Right.
Better.
It's better, right?
All the more, he knows that it's not a Matilda. For all the FCAP fans, rather the Liquid PH fans, or the Carl Teasy fans who saw his Ling get killed by a Matilda, you don't have to worry about that.
Gets shut down by the heel man's Matilda.
It's easier to deal with a Tigreal as a Link. Like, you just dodge the Tigreal.
And you go up a wall.
Hey, is this gentleman playing while we're drafting?
Are you serious?
Gameception.
Come on.
All right.
That's insane.
There's the Arlo. Best believe XP laners are going to get banned out.
For sure.
They're going to start attacking the XP lane because, again, I believe RSG's XP laner is out already. And they just have to reposition. And now Blacklist is going to start attacking roamers.
Look at that.
Jawhead's still out.
Love it. Blacklist very much familiar with their infinite keys to victory. Just making sure the pickoff can't happen, especially from that roam. Light very proficient with that one.
Yeah, Minotaur's still out too. Yesterday we saw Rafaela debut.
Rafaela, my man.
My woman.
My woman.
I wouldn't. I mean,
Renegade played it.
Yeah, not against, not with a high loss in the lane.
Nah, absolutely.
Not a thing. There's an oldie but goodie.
Yeah, it makes sense because you don't want to get whittled down by Chaos. What do you call that? Right. Chaos bolts.
And she lanes
as
decent.
A high loss.
She lanes decent against a Harith.
That's true.
Yeah, and Ohab has a history. The Filipino sniper. Best believe also plays mean mage gold lanes.
Funnily enough, you might actually, you could probably consider going gold lane groupie here still. Something that can kind of go toe-to-toe with the high loss and as well as this Harith.
Yep.
But it feels like he's going to be more of a carry in this team from the looks of it.
Yeah. Check out the stats on Haji here. The KDA machine. 10 is his average KDA.
Flat 10. I love it.
On Lo Yi, a perfect 10 average damage per second, per minute of 2.3K.
That's right.
Oh, there for about 85% of the kills, of course.
Of course. Feels like a Terizla still on this one. Terizla XP is going to be so easy to pick up here.
Yeah.
Other XP picks I'm thinking about.
Arlo is out.
Arlo's out. Jawhead, I don't know. Probably not.
Also, mind you, there's a mid laner missing for RSG.
Oh, yeah, good
there
point.
are still options. You got a Valentina.
Zushin.
You got a Jushin, no longer needs mana. Not a good idea. I wouldn't with the Tigreal out there.
With the Tigreal, yes,
Yep.
you're going to get
And
probably...
she does very little against
pummeled
Lo Yi. She's going to lose that nuke fight.
I guess the safer options are kind of like Lilia, right? If you're facing off against a life like this, at the same time, you could get easily sniped out.
Famine
Aurora's
is still
great.
open.
Was that gotcha
There
on
it is.
the roll?
So that's a switcheroo right there.
That's right.
There's a third team, I'm not mistaken, that plays Gatot fourth, maybe.
Okay.
There's an old favorite. There's a CC.
XP laners getting locked in for sure. Gatot might... we're not sure with the Gatot and Hylos yet. They could swap it out depending on who maybe makes an appearance here.
Yeah, I think Gatot is played more often in the roam now.
That's right, roam.
I think it's 1 and 3. 1 XP and then 3 roams in Mpl Philippines Season 14.
All right.
Blacklist still missing a gold laner. I'm with you on the Ruby though. I kind of like it.
You think?
As soon as the Gatot and the Ling land, it's awkward.
We'll have to find out. They're going to have to layer their skills so perfectly here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oheb's making some pretty intense calls here. I wonder what
killed.
that is. That's a Moscow. All right. Nothing too crazy. Was thinking maybe the Claude might have made an appearance, but they maybe, I guess, can duel better against Sahara.
Yeah, and better cross-map control. Wow, look at this, Rocker. Look at the cross-map control that Blacklist has.
That's right.
They can make so many plays, bro.
Not to mention Hayabusa can basically shadow from like way downtown.
The farthest shadow.
Make it go crazy, right?
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be fun
So
for
what
Blacklist.
does Aqua play?
Paramis,
Can still play
maybe.
the Faramis, can still play the Vixana.
Just for safety. Vixen and Paramis.
Vixana, Aurora, Faramis.
Yeah, just those three. Make your pick.
I don't see a Lilia going in.
Toss a free-headed die.
Hope will find a way.
And there it is, Vexana.
Wow, Rocker, look at the CC, man.
CC's insane,
No,
actually.
I'm talking about the crowd control.
That's right. It's layered.
Gee.
So many stuns, and you can get basically pulled back by a Gatot, knocked up, but oh my, I love it.
This is how you play against a team that is so good at skirmishes. Blacklist yesterday, team fighting, showcase, exquisite.
That's right.
But against RSG here now, they have to be very, very careful.
It does feel like I would love the Faramis better here for Blacklist now, just because of the amount of big boom booms that can appear out of RSG's lineup.
But they chose the relocation. They chose the easy nukes on Haji's Lo Yi, which has
him
been
down.
successful in the past.
Oh, man, so many questions got to be answered here. And again, we're throwing it over to our casters. We got Naisu and Ingan up there on the stage.
Jose and Jose.
Jose, bring it up.
Thank you so much, Daniel and Carl. Yes, it's Jose and Jose. Jose and Joseph. Welcome to Game 1 here. It's match number 1 in our triple header. It's RSG Philippines and Blacklist International. Again, I'm Naisu, and this is Ingan for the matchup. Now, interesting that, I agree, the panel mentioned this. I love both drafts that came out to play here, but that's the thing. I think Leo hit it on the head. You have this momentum from yesterday that Blacklist International brings to this game. They want to scrap, they want to fight. The synergy was great yesterday, but you're up against a team that loves that chaotic playstyle. They love to battle it out. Oh, Lord JM.
Speaking of battle it out right now, they're going for the XP lane. Lord JM pops his vengeance over here, and the taunt coming in from Blacklist. RSG though, working on Light. Light's gonna escape. Aqua comes in. And that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
RSG loves to fight. That was a fast rotation onto the bottom lane right away.
Yeah, a whole lot of fighting. And like to go to that point more, RSG, because of their playstyle, the way that they like to approach the game, they've also got 2 revitalizes, by the way. Oh. Okay.
The yo-yo blitz. Here comes Mpl the king. First blood gonna take down Nibor. Gonna let Light live so far. That's a kill Mpl the king wants with Hayabusa.
Yeah, that's tough. Going back to all of what I was just saying is they've got the tools to fight, but when you give a first blood kill to a Hayabusa, mind you, Mpl the king, in the way that he plays as a player, he could snowball this into pretty much out of control territory. And we saw, recently, I think this was last week even, or just even the performance that we saw yesterday, where Demon Kite, especially on the Hayabusa last week, snowballed the game entirely out of control where it was hard to get back from that. So, you know, part of this too, interesting, Haji is also running the Warcry emblem on the Loi Yi. This is going to be a lot of extra, I feel like, burst damage, which might pop up with the way that her kit works here. So that might be something that keeps RSG's fighting style and chaotic style in check a little bit. But as we get to this, again, nothing more happening. Some action on the bottom lane, but this turtle is up here. And Blacklist will go ahead and start things up. Perk's not level 4 just yet. And you can see already purple buff is going to be the focus from MP the King right now.
And you can see the community prediction literally riding from Blacklist performance yesterday. 65.5% voted for Blacklist to win the series. I mean, they went up against FCAP, swept them, so I'm not blaming the community for voting Blacklist.
I feel like they needed that. You know, a lot of the agents, just in general, what happened yesterday got everyone excited to see what's going to happen here. So now finally MP the King's got his buffs. He's going to get ready to go and get in position. Everybody really for this first turtle, and honestly, they're taking their time for it. I mean, even so, Irad making his way, but I don't know, neither team wants to actually commit to it just yet.
Yeah, I mean, even Lord JM just really zoning out Nebor. You can really feel the nerf onto the Hylos. And with this Lord JM CC pick, you won't expect any setups from him. You can actually expect a lot of damage coming in from CC as Blacklist works on this turtle.
Well, here it is. Okay, it's going to go for a reset still. The threat of having the Hylos here too. Irad shows up. They drop down the pathway.
And here comes the glorious pathway. Plus the AOG. It's not going to connect onto anyone. MP the King working on Light. Stun coming in from Light. MP the King casts a Wiki Shadow kill as well as the Implosion gets the kill onto Light. Now Tempest of Blades wants to go right after Haji. KDA Machine. Perks working on the ring of punishment. And what a beautiful diversion play to escape Irad. Haji, the KDA Machine,
Nabor!
Alive, and Lord JM takes down Nebor.
So much happened in that fight. Oh, hold on.
Oh, look at that
MP?
Eternal Guard onto MP the King. He has to use the Quad Shadow out, and still, the first turtle is alive.
All right. First turtle, no one's going to get it just yet. Maybe now that Iran has the purple buff. But man, even earlier on, I don't know if we're going to get a replay of it, but good timing and the amount of just resources left that Haji was able to escape with his life was great to see. Ultimately, though, Blacklist is still going to find themselves with a nice little lead, 1.5K ahead. Some of the items will be falling in place, those first items being locked in here shortly. And for RSG, that's what they're going for. Those kind of extended team fights because of the fact that they have this Hylos and the Gatakacha.
Yeah.
Plus the two Revitalize, like I mentioned earlier. And then even so, Aqua with an Eternal Guard is all going to help part of that. So now, once again, we find ourselves at the first turtle take.
Okay, Irad surveying the scene. It's going to be a retribution battle, but MP the King gets the turtles. The Glorious Pathway will be casted. They want to work on Perks here. 4 members of RSG surrounding Perks. Will he be able to escape? He has an Implosion. He's not going to cast it. Curse of Blast is there. Ring of Punishment coming in from Nibor. And Nibor's going to bring him down. A Spear of Destruction is not going to hit. And Lord JM soaking damage coming in from Light. He has to walk away, though, as they work on Nibor. A killing spree coming in from MP the King.
So they go and trade it out. Objective goes to Blacklist International. You got the 1-for-1. It was a roamer for you have your XP lane. Now, going back to it, all of this is what I'm going to say, what I said earlier. MP the King sitting on 3 kills. You know, as he continues to snowball this Hayabusa, that's where that threat comes even further. We haven't even seen the effect that this combination of a Tigreal and a Louis Yi can cause. You know, Oheb missed the Spear of Destruction, but ultimately, he's fine. He's just going to keep farming up because of that matchup against the Harith for Kosei here. And look at this. He's actually working on getting this first turret.
Okay, Kosei goes in, but a pushback coming in from Oheb. Now, I like that you mentioned the Louis and the Tigreal hasn't even been activated yet. And you have to consider also in RSG's kit, they have 2 Purifies for Aqua and for Kosei, so it's not going to be easy for Perks to have those setups. But again, we've seen Perks yesterday with the Tigreal. A beautiful last Implosions play up against 3. Now a diversion play coming in from Haji.
Yeah, diversion. Just for some backup, you know, at that point. Again, a lot of pressure here. And that's one thing that, at least I would say, especially for Oheb, I don't know. For a while, we saw so many Moscows, right? And part of it is just go up, farm, do your thing, show up with a Spear of Destruction. But if you miss those Spear of Destruction, especially earlier on, you're almost just better off, you know, not obviously making your way down there, committing or anything. Just farm as much as you can and then show up later. Right now you can see the focus because of the pressure up here.
Oh! A solo kill for Irad as he takes down Oheb, and now RSG charging in. Parks with a beautiful implosion play as MP the King will bring down Light. Look at the board, just trying to soak up the damage coming in from Lord JM. MP the King wants to go back. Now the Raiders have to retreat. Will MP the King go in? He still has the Wiki Shadow kill. He goes in with a quad shadow. Plus a Wiki Shadow kill to bring down 2. And MP the King, you want to talk about snowball? 6-0-1, 7 minutes in.
He's doing it. MP the King, when we saw the Hayabusa picked up, I swear I saw a smirk on his face, and this is exactly what MP needs here. He's going to get this turtle as well. So a whole lot, again, is going in value for Blacklist International. It's great. Irad got a kill. He got the push down on bot on that tier 1 turret. You see what's happening here. Blacklist is going to send multiple members now to push in that tier 1 in the bottom. So a lot right now is all value for Blacklist, but RSG is finding what they can. And that's the thing. With the lineup that they have, it's almost to the same sense. You know, you kind of you're trying to gouge or trying to slow down the bleeding a little bit here. And at this point, then you allow, you know, hopefully Kosei later on to shine on the Harith. You get great setups yourself, but that is the point there earlier on when you mentioned it. Perk's got a great implosion. And that kind of has to happen here for RSG, whether that's the Gatacontra going in with the Avatar of the Guardian or even the Glorious Pathway to cut things off.
Yeah, and I just really want to commend Perks. I heard this yesterday from the Filipino panel. Brigida mentioned how Perks is a good Tigreal user because he just doesn't go for the implosion right away. He really waits for it. Even if his HP is low, as long as he knows that it's not the best time to cast the implosion, he's not going to cast it.
He doesn't, and part of that, too, is just the way that the disciplined game, I guess, that you have to play. And part of this lineup, too, is, hold on.
AOG onto the middle lane as a shutdown will ensue onto MP the King. Here comes the Raiders. Irad still has the Finch Boys, wants to go right after Lord JM and onto Haji. Tempest of Blades, Lord JM gets stunned there by Nibor. They have to walk away with a 7.3k gold lead as RSG finally finds the kill, finds the shutdown that they were looking for onto MP.
It's good they got the shutdown. It's good they at least, you know, got a little extra gold in the exchange, but it's almost feeling like at one point they have to keep finding these wins because of the deficit right now that they're working against. And really, when you look at RSG's playstyle right now, the way that they're trying to find those moments, it's a little disjointed because of the fact of composition versus composition, the way that they have to lean into those team fights if they will. And honestly, for RSG and knowing how they like to approach this game, even if they're down, you know, so to speak. Okay, so we had a correction there. That was, you can see the gold, actual gold difference now, it looks like. So it wasn't as massive anymore because they got that shutdown. So they're in a position to actually go in for this Lord, and that's what we were building up. Snowball is great, but if it gets shut down, then you can go ahead and now fight for it. So it's at 1.5k for Blacklist.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think one of the major problems the Raiders are facing is that they had to commit 3 ultimates just to bring down MP the King. I saw it in the minimap. It started off with Light with the AOG, then follow up by the Glorious Pathway. And as soon as they caught MP the King, Aqua with a beautiful internal guard to really shut down MP the King.
For me, that's worth it, though.
Yeah,
like,
it's worth it. Especially it's MP the King, so yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, go for it. Get that shutdown, get the gold, and set yourselves up now for being able to contest this Lord and get in position. And that's where, you know, this lineup, I think, is going to be difficult to play against. All they really have to do on the flip side is get Perks that setup if he can. And at the same time, we don't see CC often, you know, but the fact that Lord JM decided to go and play it this time around, I'm wondering if that'll be enough to have use in the fight. You can see Perks already popping the conceal.
Okay, who wants to go for the implosion again? It's going to be a retribution battle, but MP the King is not there. Ira takes away the Lord, and here comes the clash. First man down is Light and Irad as they get a double. Oheb with a Spear of Destruction, trying to work on Hylos as Lord JM goes in with the Yo-Yo Blitz. Nibor gonna fall down in the hands of Oheb. That's 3 members down. MP the King goes in for Kosei. Look at the shurikens to bring him down and works on the middle lane. RSG got the Lord, but Blacklist got 4 Raiders.
Oh, that's tough. They're gonna send the diversion to deal with the Lord. RSG might have got the objective, but man, did they just get handed. in that team fight. And you can see how good they're going to feel about it too. Now Blacklist, when they went for that and they made that work. Again, a lot of this, it's so great to see, fancy footwork from the assassin junglers, but I always got to give credit to the roamers, man. The roamers, especially with their set potential, and Tigreal, like one of the most OG heroes possibly in the game, right? Still having this concept of a multiple approach to getting those setups and changing the course of some of these team fights are amazing to see. Now, for RSG, at this point, they're finding themselves in that similar position where their backs are against the wall. They have to utilize, at this point, Harith. Like, where is that damage going to be? You have so much magic damage, actually, as a whole over here, that once those defensive items, even from Blacklist, starts to pop up, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, because even for Irad, it's not like he can really find the windows that he's looking for. He's got to be a little more crucial, too, once he has that Tempest Blades and it's used up. And you already saw some of the defensive items being picked up, too. Oheb just got his Wind of Nature.
I mean, honestly, it's a hard game for Irad because, again, the potential of Perks to have the implosion set up as well as what Lord JM's been doing. Look at the KDA of the CC, 109. He's been zoning out every single member. Even Nibor with the high loss and Light with a Gatot Kacha can't just, frontline for RSG anymore because they really have to soak up the damage before they are able to set up. And with what Lord JM is doing, it's just too much for RSG to handle. Like, you have to look for Oheb, you have to look for Haji and MP the King, but the problem is, Lord James just keeps showing himself. And by the time you notice that Lord James is there, you're almost half health.
Yeah, pretty much, at that point. And looking at the items real quick, too, even for Lord JM, like, he's got Dominance Ice, he's got the War Axe, working on his next item. Some of the damage department items, too, for, like we were saying, MP the King, how much he was scaling up. He's there, but Irad has done a relatively good job at keeping at least the gold between the two.
Yeah.
Pretty much even. Like, he's not that far ahead. So even Irad is still a threat. It's more so of the timing on everything. The amount of pressure that comes from him, especially, like I said, those defensive magic items will be built up. The Athena Shield being picked up by Lord JM. Part of Lord JM's job on the CC with the Vengeance is literally just to be an annoyance. Get in the faces here of RSG, cause some chaos, and make them think twice about actually engaging. And then all of a sudden, there's Perks. That's part of it. So you can see now Blacklist playing with that concept in mind, that idea in mind. They can actually go ahead and take their time with the Lord. If they decide to just respond to RSG, then they can. Otherwise, they both play with those conceals. Right now, neither team kind of just standing off against each other.
They know that the Purifies of RSG are still up. So, Perks, wants to really force RSG to pop those Purifies before committing those implosion plays and just really work on this Lord. But okay, this is the thing. If Blacklist continuously works on split pushing, like they just sent MP the King onto the
it's such
look at the quad shadow.
Such a good use of
yeah. Honestly, just to work on the slow push onto the bottom lane.
Good push. We've seen teams do this plenty of times at this point. Imagine that you're literally traveling halfway across the map at that point with that inversion. So there's the push, and that's all they have to do. And so right now, it's going to be working on the Lord here. They send Irad to go deal with it, and still the stalemate. So even when you pull that off, if Blacklist continues to do that, there's enough movement, I would say, from RSG to be able to handle it. So you might have to surprise there. They actually send MP again. He's going to come on back. Good old travel right there.
And they're going to commit onto this Lord. They want to burst it down. That's why Nibor has to use the Glorious Pathway to try and Zoat Oheb MP. MP just working on the brush. AOG is going to connect onto no one. As Nibor tries to walk away, the Lord damages too much. Irad, though, also waiting on the brush. MP goes in with a Wiki Shadow kill. Onto 4 members. Nibor still survives. And Light has to go in there up against 4 members. He's the first man down as Irad pops his Tempest and plays the implosion from Perks to set up the Raiders as MP the King picks up a double. Wow!
I am going to say it time and time again from Perks. Every single time we've seen him play this Tigreal, he does a phenomenal job at finding those catches, and like that, Now they go for the base.
MP the King once again works on the backline as he brings down Kosei to complete the wipeout. And a clean Game 1 win as Blacklist rides on their momentum.